Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more of our Geopolitical Simulator 4 Power and Revolution series with Uganda, episode 21 of the series. We're currently waiting for some taxes to go through. That's actually kind of the big thing right now. Go over to revenue. We've got the employee social security. We're just completely getting rid of it just to keep popularity up, but we are messing with the company tax and the which we're lowering as well, I believe, for business, and tax on company turnover, which we're raising. So to sort of put us in a budget excess again. So we've got all of that going on. Meanwhile, I was in the process of dismantling some of the military bases because, frankly, we just don't need this many of them. It's a little overkill. They do cost money to operate, so I figure if I get rid of some of them, not that they cost, I really don't think they cost that much to operate. But if I was to get rid of some of them, it would probably help out a bit. Can I actually see what percentage of our defense budget is bases? I don't believe I can. Well, that sucks. We are working on recruiting still. We've got like almost 200,000, or we've got almost room for 200,000 more career soldiers. Commandos, there's a little bit of room for growth there. And everything else is as it is. There's a weird bug going on in the game. If I click on most of this stuff, you'll see at the bottom that there is a budget cost that just randomly pops up. It's a bug. If I go into taxation, I'm like, oh, value added tax, I'm going to rate. Well, actually, let me do this. If I go into income tax, I'm like, oh, I'm going to raise income taxes. That same exact budget cost number pops up. Sometimes it's different, but I don't know what that is. If it's actually intentional or if it's maybe it's not a bug. I'm pretty sure it's a bug though. Budget cost. See, like even raising taxes says it's going to cost me money. So this is like some weird glitch. I can keep like increasing taxes and it says it'll go down, but yeah, I don't know. See, budget cost, it's the same. Like, it's all the same trash. So, I don't know if that's actually the number that's reflected. If it is, then that might explain... Believe it or not, I think we have a bug in the game. That might explain why my budget excess went from like 20 billion down to 1 billion. Because every decision I make is costing me $500 million for nothing. We're just going to have to keep testing this to find out. But I actually do somewhat believe that that might be an issue. Like, if I go into any of these, I'm like, oh, Secret Service. Well, that's a bad example because that's probably pretty accurate. Maybe sports. So sports never cost boy, we got a lot going on. Sports never cost a lot of money to raise, right? So if we go this, yeah, see, budget cost 570 million. This is not accurate. I'm telling you right now that this is not an accurate number. So it's whether or not this number is whether or not this, yeah, see now it's like locked in there. Budget cost in millions, 569. So it's whether or not this number here is just a bug that's showing up. So it's like, okay, it's just showing up down here and it's a bug, or the bug is that this number is actually reflecting into my budget. So like if I raise, say, I go to sports and I raise the grassroots sports 1 star and it's 570 million and I hit confirm, even though that's not the real cost. The real cost is probably more like, I don't know, maybe like 1 million. So I raise the star and then I go over here and I go to budget, and does this go down the million or does it go down the 5 million that it's bugging out and showing me? And one way I could tell this is a bug, this is the easiest way to tell. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Back to sports. So grassroots sports, I click on this. It says it's going to cost me 570. It's like, okay, well then I'll click off of it. Well, now it's stuck at 569. So let's say I click scout movements. Okay, 570. Now let's say I click grassroots sports again. It should cost me $1 billion, right? Because it said it was going to cost me like 570. Now it only cost me 571. So each of these is only $1 million. So there's like this initial cost of 500 and something million. And it's like the same no matter where you go. So maybe like if I go to education, I know this is pretty expensive, but let's say I just go down to like something that's not education policy and gender equality. Boom, 584 million. Then if I click off of it, boom, 564, it's locked in. So we might be boned. I don't know if maybe that's like a bug or if that's something to do with inflation. But that's gonna definitely bone us. More than likely, it's gonna end us because there's no way if that's actually reflecting in the budget, which might explain why I went from 20 billion excess down to a deficit of 1.46 billion. So if that's actually the case, every time I pass a law, it's gonna cost me $500 million, even if it's only $1 million to pass it. Then there's having $500 million is a lot of money. There's absolutely no way that we can float that. All right, so we'll just keep going, though, and see what happens.
Scientific rigor has proved its superiority over doctrinal barbarity. A simulation...
All right, so he took some terrorists out. Killing tarantulas caused the death of an official.
In a statement sent to the press, the terrorist...
So, more terrorist stuff happening, and clearly some type of riot going on here. Let me make sure I'm still infiltrating these organizations. And we're keeping this cleaned up. It looks like we did dismantle one of them. If you look, one of the organizations is gone because there's no scrolly bar. So we are making progress. Progress is being made. Alright. We can meet the representative.
No thanks.
Alright, well... Who are you? Magistrates Federation leader. Well, I met with him, but he doesn't want anything. See if he can calm people down on television. That doesn't seem to work as much anymore. Yeah, it didn't work. And overexposure, so I'm using it too often. Alright, we'll arrest the main leaders then. They're gonna treat me like a dictator, then I'm gonna act like one. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna... If that's really if that bug is really what's going on, then... Alright, there's only one way for us to really test this out. I gotta wait, though, for this tax law to pass, because that'll mess everything up. So once this tax law passes, and I have nothing else, like, that's in... pending, I'm gonna try and like raise one of those things under sports and see if it actually costs me $500 million to do it. Because if it does, if it costs me what the face value is and the $500 million ticker is just a bug, then no biggie. But it would definitely explain why we went from like 0 to 100 real quick, or should I say 100 to 0 real quick. Nice.
Our infiltrated agent...
So we arrested somebody. Which is probably not helping the situation, but I don't know what else to do. Oh boy. Just wait for it to clean up. It doesn't even say it doesn't even say what these people want. Oh, strike against the government's dictatorial policy. They're just not happy. There it goes. Because it feels like they're in like a dictator situation. We could probably give them some more freedoms, maybe? I don't really know exactly which freedoms we can give them. Determine legislation on abortion illegal. Huh. So everybody seems to pretty much in agreement with this. That can't be okay. I don't want to pass. I gotta hold off though. I don't want to pass any laws till my taxes go through. Really, contraception, tolerate but discourage. Prostitution, legal and regulated. I think I did that a while back. Ah, same thing. Oh boy, that could be a problem. All right, whilst we're waiting for that law to go through, which is going to be voted in a week, roughly 10 days. When we're waiting for that to go through, we can take a look at the world a little bit, because it's been a while since we've looked. There's been a war going on between North Korea and South Korea and China and North Korea and Japan and just all sorts of stuff. I'm hesitant to zoom in too close on this. I know a lot of you guys want to see this, but I'm always nervous because it seems like whenever I zoom in here, the game wants to like crash. Oh my God. Look at the North Korea fighters though. North Korea has just been pumping out fighters or something because they have a huge air force. Look at all these fighters colliding Japan, too. This is awesome. All right, organization is henceforth illegal. Its assets have been confiscated and its office is closed. I think I can assert, Madam President, that the operation has been a complete success. Good, we got rid of that party. Some people were wondering why I was getting rid of the party. Actually, it was a complete accident. When I was looking at, like, dismantling parties here, and I was trying to, people were like, oh my God, why'd you get rid of that party? You shouldn't have done that. I was trying to like see how you would do it. And I just ended up doing it on accident. So that's why that happened. People got super salty over that. Like it's real easy to like click on crap in this game and not know what you're doing. And the next thing you know, you're making the Communist Party illegal in your home country. Yeah, so that wasn't really intentional, but I guess it was a nice practice run to see what it would be like if we did do it. I think that it may be beneficial in other playthroughs or even beneficial in the future to do something like that. Because if you wanted to go to like a one-party system, so you want to be like North Korea and have just one parliament or something, you know, one party in your parliament, then eventually you could maybe slowly make that transition. You definitely wouldn't want to do it all at once. People would certainly overthrow you. As you can see here, they're trying to do with me. Yeah, so this war is actually raging on. I'm not really sure who's going to win. It's looking like a little bit of a mixed bag right now. North Korea is really putting up a fight. China doesn't even seem to really be involved, even though I know they're at war. They're at war, but they don't seem to be sending any ships. It's mainly just North Korea fighting it out again. There's a little bit of Chinese soldiers coming in. There's some missile launchers. They are doing drone strikes, it looks like. Helicopters coming in. Some missiles launching. So there's a lot of fighting. So South Korea, Japan versus North Korea and China. And the U.S. did not get involved, huh? Oh, no, they're involved. And the United Kingdom. They just haven't sent any troops yet over. Are they sending troops? Yeah, they are. Yeah, the U.S. has troops on the way. They're a ways away, but they do have them. Okay, well, that'll be interesting to keep monitoring. See how it goes. Okay, 6 more days until the law goes through. I can't speed the game up anymore because it gets really laggy if I do that.
One of my men succeeded in infiltrating Key Center.
Okay, go for it. Okay, this anti-sleep molecule thing has been popping up for pretty much the entire existence of the game, and it's kind of annoying. It's like everybody seems to be discovering this thing. Public finances, I would say we're still running a budget deficit and it's going up for whatever reason. kind of stuff could we mess with family? Birth control, contraception's all in here. We've got establish a birth control policy, which we don't need. What's people's opinion on this? Okay. See, budget costs, it's the same. 569 million for everything. Even if I try to increase taxes, it does the same thing. Oh, I'm going to raise the income tax. 542 million. It's like, how's that possible? It's got to be something weird. It just has to be. Yeah, environmentalists don't like this, but it does work. Vehicle traffic in urban zones, no restriction. According to the World Health, air pollution was accused of killing 1.3 million people worldwide. Whatever. Electricity shortage again, and there's another strike. So people want more, that's like a ways away from being built. People want more pay in the civil servant sector. Was it civil servants? Here, want a coffee? All right. Well, what do you want?
Very well. What kind of offer do you wish to make us?
Oh God. So how about like, I don't know, 125? Because at this point
We would prefer to terminate this negotiation.
what would be like?
No.
What would be like the comfortable number here? 125 wasn't good enough. So I'm going to guess that we're boned because of inflation. I'm going to, I don't want to do anything until this law passes. We've got one more day. Okay, and I'm also going to, some people have recommended closing contracts, and I'm going to close some of these contracts we have. Let me go into diplomacy. And let's see, break off all agreements with a country. I kind of just want to manage them if I can. Ooh, we've got a lot of contracts here. To take a look, there's some here that are bad deals. The assessment will tell me that. Ooh, there's a really bad one. So we're going to suppress the contract here. We'll suppress this contract. So clean some of these up, see if this helps inflation at all. If I can get inflation down, I actually could probably take control of the country, unless this bug here is just indefinite. Then we're boned regardless. I'm getting rid of all the ones that have poor assessments, because you look here, seek a detailed assessment. Quantity sold in this contract is insignificant. The revenue represented by this contract is insignificant compared to our global economic activity. Doesn't have an impact on employment, manufacturing. This product is profitable enough that exporting it will not destabilize our economy. But it did have, there were some, actually, in terms of not having, comparison to our production and global economic activity, it's not bad. Substantial profits, though. There was good substantial profits there. Detail assessment. I mean, all of these should have good substantial profits. I was pretty good at making sure I did that. Let me see if there's other certain deals here we can look at. I know oil's making us a lot of money. We're purchasing steel. Okay, so we should keep that going. Any type of purchases we should probably keep. Unless it's really bad. I'm gonna suppress this contract on beef, though. Is there any other really bad purchases? Potatoes? I'm gonna suppress that contract. We're purchasing uranium. Okay. I know I did that. I just don't remember when. Aluminum and steel. I know I was buying aluminum and steel. These seem to both be pretty good for us. A lot of money there, but it's been useful. We can actually take a look at industry real quick and see how that's been affecting us. Aluminum, well, not that much. Purchase. Really, it's not. But aluminum's used to make things, so it might be still helping in other areas, like maybe like electrical materials. I think might take aluminum. It should say, if I can remember, it should say someplace what it takes. It might say here. No, because that's the same screen. Sector info. Here. Oh, so this is aluminum. It takes bauxite, water supply, electricity if you want to make aluminum. If you want to make like automobile construction, I think electricity, steel, electrical materials. What would take aluminum, right? Construction, consumer electronics, electronic components, plastic. So everything here takes something too. So if I'm building, if I'm buying aluminum, then chances are I am using it someplace. That would be the reason for buying it anyways. Although I'm seeing now that most of it's steel and there's not a whole lot of aluminum being used. Right here, aluminum aeronautical construction. Okay. Well, we'll just leave it for now. I'll keep the contract going. All right, let me search. Let me go by assessment here. Let's see what else we got here. Paper. What's the issue here? So, pretty insignificant. Chemicals with Japan. And mind you, even though this is actually going to mess with our budget deficit a little bit. This is sort of me combating inflation, or at least from what I was told in the comment section. This can help with inflation by getting rid of some of these contracts. All this extra money we're making, whenever we go in here and we're making extra money, if we end up suppressing these, this is close to our sales, I guess. So some of these we can keep. But the ones that we're making like a lot of money on, if we cut how much money's coming in, then that should help. How much money's coming into our economy. Most of these are close. I guess I'll have to look at some of the really happy ones here. I know like building, housing, and roadway construction. Boom. Like this is really good. Oh, I hate to get rid of something like this. There's 30 billion there. Like, imagine the deficit we could go in. I guess I'm selling oil to the United States twice. 59 billion for that. And 59 billion for that. 93 million. 79 million. Boy, one of these was really 634 a ton. 742. More building housing. So what do I do here? 30 billion. And this one, 25 billion. All right, let's just see how things take over. We should be voting here in a second. Okay, I'm going to try speeding it up even though it makes the game kind of weird. It looks like it's working right now. Okay, we jumped up to 100 approval. That must have been because of the bill there I pass. Yeah, purchasing power, employment, sit-in. Okay. So people are really happy with whatever I did.
Your instructions to direct operation.
The country might suffer a serious...
The rioters.
Okay. Let's see what the budget looks like now. Budget excess in billions. So we have a budget excess of 4 billion. Okay. Alright, so before anything else happens...
One of my men succeeded in infiltrating.
Before anything else happens, I want to test my theory. So we're going to go into... We have a budget excess of what again? Is 4.20 billion. Okay, so this is going to be kind of weird, guys, because it's not going to... It's not going to instantly happen. It takes some time for it to happen, and there's going to be all sorts of stuff happening in the process. So it's probably not going to be like an exact positive or negative swing one way or the other. But it'll at least give me a good idea if this is really an issue or if I can ignore this. So we're going to go into someplace like culture, right? We haven't even messed in this screen yet. And let's say we click on something that's usually cheap. Okay, so classical music, right? Should only cost like, I don't know, what, 50,000 maybe? Oh, okay, maybe it's fixed. Let's see, budget cost. Okay, so let me try something else. It was the media we were messing with before. No. Sports. Hey, it's fixed. I don't know why, but it is. Okay, that's good. That's really good. That makes me really happy. Okay, so let's go ahead then and go straight into fixing some of this stuff. We've got a $4 billion budget excess. We could dump some of this. Oh, wait, let me look at inflation. Not that it's going to show anything. I want to see it. We really got to get inflation. I'd give anything to get this inflation down. All right. I'm going to start terminating a lot of contracts here in a second if we don't get this balanced. But let's go to the media then, since that's going to be real. No, not the media. Damn it. The culture, and we could spend some money here because this is going to be super cheap. All right, nice. United power of the public services. Public administration.
Well, what kind of offer do you wish to make us? We would prefer to terminate.
See, the terms are unacceptable at 149, which is how I know inflation has run rampant. Public administration. Oh, this has gone down. I thought I went. Here's this up. Oh, that's right. I didn't do it. All right, we're gonna spend the 121, or the 700 million, or whatever it is. Back up, anyways.
It's true that the blow cannot really be.
Okay, this is business leaders because of our taxes recently. Oh, researchers, though, and teachers.
Our infiltrated...
Okay. Everybody needs another pay raise. I get it. Wages are not, they're not keeping up with inflation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure raising wages also is not good for inflation. But I mean, what do I know, I guess. But I'm almost positive we're going to regret this later. And I know that that's not going to be enough to get the riot to end. But I'm just trying to get people happy here. I'm just trying to be a good queen, a good president, whatever I am. I'm trying to be good at it. Ah, crap. All right, give him 100 million. Because that's something we've been working on for a while. And I want to get that out of the way. No, don't disperse it. Don't disperse it. I don't know why. Okay, let's go into... Let's see, 95%. We're still working on the power plant. I wish I could rush this, but I can't. I don't even know if we're going to see this finished at this point. Budget. Budget excess, 3 billion. We've still got a treasury reserve. At least, are we taking debt at all? So we're not taking any debt. Oh my god, this inflation. I'll have to probably break off some of these major contracts. It's going to hurt us, but if I get inflation down, we might be able to survive. Might. Keyword might. Alright, let's ditch one of these oil contracts and see what happens. I don't know how much it's making us over our average price. I could probably look real quick at what the average price has been for us. For oil, we should be able to see what we've been selling it at. And then we'll know how much we're over that. 119 billion in trade balance, sales, profits 58 billion. Whew. I feel like this is really, even 23 billion in income. I feel like this is really going to hurt us. Is oil privatized? It is. It should probably stay like that. Are these all being subsidized? Is that what I'm seeing here? No. It's, oh, we have state involvement as a minority shareholder. We have state involvement with this. If we were to take complete control, just so I could see, people like that. Totally privatized. People like that too. All right, so yeah, oil. Let's not get off track here. So, energy info purchase amount 647. Sale average is 480, but going up. But that don't seem right. That's for me. What about the U.S.? What's their average purchase price? Because I sold it for a certain amount. Just to see what we're looking at. 763. Sale average price. 1100. So... $647. That's my purchase average price. 480 is my sale average price? That don't seem right. I must not be reading that right. Oh, it is 480. Wow, that seems pretty low. So I was making a lot of money off this oil. So if I get rid of these contracts, it should, if you guys in the comments section are right, and if I'm right, it should help with our inflation, but it is going to tank our budget excess, which I guess at this point, I think I'd rather take the debt than have inflation keep doing what it's doing. Because 45% is like atrocious. So I'm going to give it a shot, but we'll wait. Well, I'm going to think it over and then I'm going to give it a shot, but we'll have to wait till the next episode to do that since we're out of time anyways. So thank you all for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you next time.